So Epic Games has officially fired an employee for leaking an incredible amount of upcoming content coming to Fortnite Season 3. In his memory of giving us all the juicy leaks, today we're going to cover everything we can expect to see in Fortnite very soon, both new and old leaks. From an unreleased double-barrel shotgun codenamed the Dragon Shotgun, which we think might shoot fire shotgun rounds, to of course the Cage Trap, which might just have something to do with our new swimming friends, here are 30 unreleased Fortnite updates. And if you could drop a like and subscribe to help us reach 4 million subscribers, that'd be pretty cool, almost 80% of the way there, but on to number 30, the Dragon Shotgun. The last time we saw the infamous double-barrel shotgun was during the Winterfest 2019 event, but it appears that a new take on this weapon is on its way to the Fortnite world. Codenamed the Dragon Shotgun, we actually have a couple of its statistics. But thankfully, it doesn't appear that it could one-pump a full health and full shield enemy, so that's pretty good. Some players are theorizing that this may be Epic's take on the Dragon's Breath incendiary shells, which would make sense with all the new fire mechanics in this season. Meta maker or meta breaker? Looks like we'll have to find out soon. Number 29, the Missile Battery. From one leaked weapon to the next, you can't have flying vehicles without some sort of anti-air launcher, right? I mean, sure, you could always fire an RPG and hope that it hits a choppa, but RPGs aren't exactly the most accurate. A new launcher named the Missile Battery is on its way to Fortnite, but what's special about this one is that it could actually lock onto the choppa and just shoot it out of the sky. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments. Like, do we really need another counter to a vehicle? Let me know. Number 28, new floppers. In case you're bored of the fishing mechanic that was first added in Season 1, Epic's got a few new flopper types on the way to spice up the meta. Some of these new fish's effects are obvious, like the shield and thermal flopper, but others, such as the jelly and fire flopper, are a little weirder and don't make much sense with the information that we have right now. The hop flopper sounds absolutely awesome, assuming that it's similar to the hop rocks from Season 4. Like I said, the fire flopper is coming, and with the firefly jars and flare gun recently being released, I'm sure it'll tie in somewhat with that. Here's the thing though, it seems like floppers might not be the only new healing items coming soon. Number 27, the Medic Box. A while back, Epic added something called a medic box in the files. This would have been a new type of chest which would only drop bandages, medkits, and shields, and so on. We're not sure whether this idea was scrapped or if it's still being worked on, so it's anybody's guess as to when or if we'll even see it in Season 3, but it was just found in the files, so I'll say our chances likely. Number 26, the Minigun V2. Concept art is a great way of comparing the developer's original vision to the final product. Usually ideas seen in concept art were scrapped or changed, but sometimes it's a look at content that's still set to release. This could be the case for an alternative type of minigun. It seems that originally the minigun was going to be modular, with an attachable scope and even a sort of electrical barrel that would turn into a completely different weapon. Like I said, this could just be concept art, but if we can't have the Zapatron back, we'll gladly settle for this epic. But this entry isn't more epic than number 25. The Flamethrower. So all the way back in Season 5, new files were added that suggested a flamethrower could be making its way into Fortnite. Obviously, we're a little far away from Season 5 now, but with the trend of fire-based items that we've seen now in Chapter 2 Season 3, I think it's very possible that we could finally see this weapon release. Like, I'm not exactly sure how a flamethrower would work in Fortnite, but it sounds like it would be a ton of fun to try. Number 24, the Blitzer. While we're on the topic of unreleased weapons, during Winterfest 2019, files for a new weapon called the Blitzer were added to the game. Clearly intended to go alongside the winter festivities, this weapon would function as some sort of a snowball launcher, but for some reason Epic decided to never release it, and to this day we have no idea if we'll ever see it in game. Maybe a full year later we'll see it this holiday season. I mean, maybe we could also get a Christmas in July and get it now, but we'll see what happens. Number 23, the Clone Machine. One of the many unreleased items that remains in the Fortnite files to this day is called the Clone Machine. When it was first discovered, nobody had a clue as to how it would function, but now in Chapter 2, it's very possible that this could be a way for players to temporarily create a henchman or a clone of themselves. I mean, think about it, you're pinned behind cover with no shield, so you throw down a clone and let it distract the enemy just long enough for you to escape or beam the dude. Sound familiar right now? Well, I mean, it's kinda close to decoy nades, but maybe like an upgraded version of them. Either way, with the name Clone Machine, I could only imagine it would lead to some hilarious moments. Number 22, the Chug Stand. Fortnite's vending machines allow players to trade materials for weapons and other items. But it appears that Epic had a different idea for vending machines, one that's entirely focused on health and shield items, called the chug stand. Not much is known about this item, but it's thought that you could just walk up to it and purchase healing items from it, just kind of like a lemonade stand in real life. That's our best guess anyway. Number 21, the tornado grenade. Okay, we've seen a ton of different throwable items over the years. Defensive items such as the Porta Fortress had their moments, while offensive items such as the shockwave grenades proved to be one of the most appreciated additions to the game. Outside of grenades and stink bombs, we haven't seen many significant damage-based throwables, however. Epic realized this and seems to have created a new item called the tornado grenade. With all the talk of controlling the storm in Season 3, it seems like the perfect time to introduce something like this. Number 20, the cage trap. Over the years, there's one item that has sat in the files waiting for Epic to finish and release it. That item is the cage trap. It's been in the Fortnite files for as long as we can remember, but to this day, it has yet to be released. Likely because maybe it wasn't a good fit for the game. However, Season 3 may be the perfect opportunity to put this item to use. Rather than being used against other players, the cage trap could be used against those annoying loot sharks. I mean, think about it. Trap a shark in the cage, or maybe putting yourself in the cage to avoid being eaten. It sounds like a pretty useful item to me. Number 19, the radioactive smoke grenade. Fortnite's items tend to go through countless changes before we even see them for the first time. This is especially true for stink bombs. Now that this item has been vaulted in Season 3, it's interesting to look back and see that the item was originally going to be a radioactive smoke grenade. Unlike the other items on this list, I don't think we'll ever see this item released, as the stink bomb clearly does a better job, but hey, I'm glad Epic took the more humorous approach for this one. Number 18, Petrol. Okay, so we've already covered all of the new vehicles coming to the game in one of our previous videos, but one of the more important pieces of information there is the Petrol ammunition type. At first, its only use seems to be refueling your vehicles until you realize that it's a flammable jug and could be used for a lot of other things. Like maybe baiting a vehicle that some noob might try to steal from you. This spot is definitely coming soon, and while we're on the topic of new stuff, let's take a look at some other things we'll be seeing very shortly. Number 17, the vending machines. First introduced in Season 3, vending machines gave players the opportunity to trade resources for firepower. I think it's safe to say that the majority of the community enjoyed them, even if they seemed, well, a little useless at some times. But since they've been vaulted, players have begun to notice weird glitches that seemingly revealed the new locations of vending machines on the Chapter 2 map. I mean, this was also happening in Season 2, and Epic has yet to comment on this occurrence, so I'm not sure if it's safe to say they're 100% confirmed to be releasing soon, but keep an eye out. Number 16, the Season 3 map. Following the device event, the Fortnite map has been flooded and turned into the Season 3 map that we have today. You've probably heard from us that the water will be draining over the next couple of months, and it's going to be doing slowly every other week. It reveals tons of new points of interest and all new spots for us to discover. Here's all 8 stages of the map as it drains. Depending on when you're watching this video, we currently are on the 2nd stage. Number 15, the Apollo crash site. Unlocked at tier 80 of the Battle Pass, Siona is a skin which is loosely based on the astronaut style that we've seen before. The difference here is that the skin may be much more important than we're currently aware. New leaks indicate that an Apollo crash site may be an upcoming location on the map, which fits perfectly with the otherworldly skin that we have now. Number 14, new cars. Alongside these new map changes, Fortnite has got a load of new vehicles coming at some point during the season, but you'd have to be out of your mind to think Epic would just name them something boring like car or truck. If you're like me and you pay close attention to your surroundings, you've probably seen these posters scattered around the map, giving us the names of each new vehicle. We've got the Bear pickup truck, Mudflap semi, Prevalent sedan, and Whiplash sports car, all of which are very fitting for their designated vehicle type. Number 13. For years, Fortnite fans have begged Epic to make a point of interest based on the mythical city of Atlantis. I mean, think about all the clickbait we've seen over the years. Now that Season 3 has arrived with its underwater theme, complete with a guest appearance from Aquaman himself, there's literally no better time to make this dream a reality, and it seems that's exactly what's going to happen. A new location, codenamed The Ruins, is going to be added to the map, consisting of temples, monuments, chambers, gardens, and even waterfalls. Here's apparently what it's going to look like when the whole map drains of water. Number 12, underwater swimming. Alright, so if you're gonna have an underwater POI like Atlantis, then we're probably gonna have to have a way to move underwater. If you manage to get some games in during the time between the device event and Season 3, you probably noticed that being inside of the flood will allow you to swim underwater. A first for Fortnite players. Well, I mean, I guess technically you were allowed to do this during the Travis Scott event, and this feature still remains in the files. So we're assuming it will be incorporated somehow into the Atlantis location. Number 11, the Infected and Lifefront LTM. Okay, there are countless LTMs that are currently in the files waiting to be released, but two of the most interesting ones are Infected and Lifefront. Infected will likely be Fortnite's take on the popular Infected mode that we see in games such as Call of Duty and Halo. Infected is an all-out fight to the last person standing and will probably be one of the best LTMs we've seen in a while. Lifefront is a collaboration with the American Red Cross where players work to save lives rather than eliminating others. It was briefly introduced back in Season 2, but it's possible that we'll be seeing it re-released in the future with all new LTMs. But speaking of leaked LTMs, number 10, Chrome LTM. Another brand new LTM that was recently leaked is very similar to the Air Royale mode that only used planes. In this new racing LTM named Chrome, it seems we're only going to be able to battle other players while using cars. This new mode is set to feature 4 vehicles: a police cruiser, a rally car, a sports car, and a taxi cab. The Chrome LTM is supposed to be similar to Twisted Metal, which is a racing game that focuses on weaponry just as much as racing. And if this LTM actually plays like Twisted Metal, then we're all in for a treat. Number 9, the Reload VBucks feature. Have you ever wanted to buy something from the item shop, using code T5G of course, only to realize that you'll have to pay for more V-Bucks than you actually need? For example, if you have 1400 V-Bucks and the skin you want is 1500, then you'd technically have to buy another 1000 V-Bucks just to get it. Well, with this new feature, you'll be able to buy exactly how much V-Bucks you need in the item shop, saving you money while still allowing you to get those sweet cosmetics. It's just super convenient. And while we're talking about the ways to get the most out of your V-Bucks, let's take a look at where you'll be spending them over the next couple of weeks. Number 8, the new Galaxy Girl skin. Pretty much every Fortnite player knows this, but during Season 5, Epic teamed up with Samsung to release the notorious Galaxy skin. Ever since then, so many players have begged for a female variant of this skin, but Epic just wouldn't listen. Until now, an all-new tournament is being worked on that will give players a chance to win the Galaxy Girl skin. The only catch is that you'll have to be an owner of the original Galaxy skin to be eligible to compete for this one. I understand why Epic made this decision, but that doesn't make it sting any less for me and my blue message bubbles. Number 7, the Battle Breakers set. Epic is known for doing crossovers with some of their previous games, like how they used the Infinity Blade from their Infinity Blade series. And now it seems that they're trying to cross universes yet again with one of their newest games, Battle Breakers. Battle Breakers is a new tactical RPG made by Epic, and they recently just did a collaboration bringing the Cuddle Team leader from Fortnite over to the Battle Breakers universe. What's even more exciting is that leakers have found a brand new set called Battle Breakers in the files. This set includes the Kuro Homura, which I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, and Razor outfit alongside a music pack all from Battle Breakers. Number 6, Bryce 3000. Maybe the AIM skin wasn't for you and you're looking for a more casual robot skin? If so, you'll probably love Bryce 3000, who seems to be a mashup of the Terminator and a tennis player? Number 5, the Renegade Dance. If you haven't been living under a rock this year, you've probably seen the viral TikTok trend of the Renegade Dance. One of the most popular ones being a video from Charli D'Amelio, the biggest TikTok star on the planet. Well, if you're a fan of the Renegade Dance, then you'll be happy to know that Fortnite is releasing an Icon Series emote for this exact trend. Also, according to my comments, she wasn't the one who made this, so credit to the original person who made the dance, Jalea Harmon. Number 4, Lotta. Forget Pizza Pit and Durburger, it's about time that taco shop from Retail Row and Tilted Towers got its own mascot. That's where the Lotta skin comes in, or Lada, I don't know. It's topped with horrifically large eyes and everything else that you look for in a terrifying taco. Number 3, Dark Heart. If you're like me, you're probably a big fan of the Dark series of cosmetics in Fortnite. Thankfully, Epic's looking out for us and will soon be releasing the Dark Heart skin. Seemingly a female mashup of the Dark and Love Ranger skins, this one is sure to be an instant classic. Number 2, Safari. Those of you wilderness explorers out there will probably be drawn to the Safari skin. While it may be a simple design, that alternate style is one of the cleanest out there. And finally, taking our number 1 spot, we have Dad Bod Jonesy. With the whole Captain America crossover that's happening, I bet that this skin is directly inspired from Fat Thor in Avengers Endgame. I don't know about you guys, but this might be my main skin when it comes out. I mean, look at that hunk of a man, absolutely epic. But speaking of epic, here's another epic video you guys might enjoy. Click the annotation on screen right now. It's a magical portal to the city of Atlantis. This has been Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.